These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Jordan Bonke with your afternoon update from the ABC15 Arizona newsroom. So with the weather warming up, this is the peak of wildfire season, and it's just about to be here in Arizona. The pilots in Buckeye, they're gearing up to help fight the flames from the air. Western Pilot Service helps out in Arizona, and they're federally contracted to fly, dropping hundreds of gallons of retardant at a time in different states across the West. The pilots just finished up a week-long training where they fly, and they also go through different scenarios.
It's a lot of it's a mental attitude. The season can be long, but I look forward to every next season.
A lot of maintenance is done on their planes. That happens during the winter time, and it also happens at night as well to make sure that they are ready to go whenever that call comes through. If your child was diagnosed with a rare illness and one that even puzzled doctors, what would you do? Our Kaylee O'Kelly shows us the power of Arizona moms raising awareness and support to offer life-changing help for local families.
I just like a little spicy.
Just a little spicy.
Peyton Augustin is a curious kindergarten cutie, living her best life now, thanks in part to a group of moms who make up the Valley nonprofit PANDA, or People Acting Now Discover Answers.
I'm really proud of her. She's a little fighter.
She was born 10 weeks early with a hole in her heart and no T10 vertebrae.
Obviously, it was an emergency C-section. They told me that she had anal atresia, which was a surprise. We did not see that on any ultrasound. And that basically means she wasn't born with any anal opening. So that's usually an indicator of various problems.
9 weeks in the NICU, Peyton was finally diagnosed with an extremely rare condition called Vacteral syndrome.
So Vacteral syndrome stands for kind of like the various defects that can happen. Most of the things that she had were expected to resolve on their own. She did have to have surgery to repair the anal atresia. And then she did have feeding issues when she came home.
Not even a year old, seeing a countless number of specialists, Peyton wasn't eating. And then a chance meeting between moms would lead Catherine to PANDA and the help they desperately needed.
She had to get a feeding tube. Obviously, we visited the Children's Hospital for that. And then that's when I ran into one of my friends at the Children's Hospital with her daughter, and she told me about Dr. Gashan and the Steele Research Center.
Founded in 1992, the University of Arizona's Steele Children's Research Center is committed to improving children's health through research. And the answers found here have changed Peyton's life forever.
So you meet the doctor.
It was the first time we went to a specialist who was evaluating everything she had versus just that one single thing, which was obviously her feeding issues. But he was able to look at kind of everything going on and then recommended some medications, and it was truly like a godsend. It was a blessing.
2 weeks later, Peyton was off the feeding tube and eating on her own.
It was crazy. She started sitting up, she started rolling over, she started walking. All later than planned, but it all kind of came together after that.
Can you imagine had you not been introduced to him?
No, I can't. I don't even know what would have happened. We would have been on a tube forever.
Breathing a sigh of relief now, Catherine hopes sharing something so private and painful will give others help and hope.
Because it was a lonely journey at first, and still is kind of,
Because it's rare.
It is rare, and you can Google everything out there, and everyone's path is so different, right? So you're always reading the scariest stories, which is not fun. That is also why we're here, right? We didn't share our story for a long time. I think it's hard to share their story, but I wish I had more stories to read when I was going through this. It would have helped.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. We continue to warm things up. We'll see some clouds today, and that may keep temperatures a little lower in spots across northern Arizona. Flagstaff, for example, reaching a high of 67 today, upper 70s for Sedona. But for Phoenix, it's a little warmer today, up to 95 degrees after reaching a high of 93 yesterday. Those clouds will stream in across our skies through the day today. It'll be partly to mostly cloudy with filtered sunshine through the day, but we will not see any rain. We stay dry. These clouds are streaming in ahead of a disturbance that comes in tomorrow. It'll bring more breezes tomorrow tomorrow, but we're not going to see any rain or snow across our state. Instead, we're looking dry, with temperatures climbing a little further tomorrow. And then through the weekend, high pressure returns, and that's going to send temperatures up even further, with highs flirting with the triple digits Sunday and Monday. We may say just shy of 100 degrees on Monday, but it'll be close, so we'll have to watch that temperature closely. And then temperatures start to come back down again as breezes pick back up by Tuesday and Wednesday. We're down to about 90 by Wednesday.
And we'll have another update tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at abc15.com or downloading that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.